Hey guys, Assalamualaikum. If you want to know how to do an endless game and connect it to Tenenet, just like what was shown in the intro, so I will be showing that today and how we can integrate our Unity project or our endless runner game using Tenenet. I will start off with showing the process on Tenenet.net, and then I will also be proceeding on to how to imply it onto the Unity project. So firstly, if you will go to Tenenet.net, I will insert the link in the description box down below. If you are a new user, make sure to register first and then you click register. But if you have an account, you can just log in your email and also your password. Before anything, if you want to actually connect it to a game, you will need to actually create a game in order to connect it to your Unity project. So Tenenet is basically a simple database. So in order to create like how I create here, which is endless running, you just go to the add game box and click on add. So you fill in the necessary fields like the name of your game, the description, and the status is active or inactive. Active if you want to use it, and inactive if you want to stop the link. So once you have added it, you just click on submit and it will pop up in your dashboard. So there'll be three buttons here, which is edit, view, and also report. You will have to click edit and there will be three other boxes, which is metrics, rules, and leaderboards. So first of all, you will have to go to the metrics. You will have to key in a metric. What I have created here is called score points. So you just click on add a metric and you just select like what kind of base do you want, which is point, set, or state. If it's a point form, it will be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then the metric ID, you will just have to keep in mind that it has to be unique in universal. So example like I did, I just put score point underscore and my name. And then the metric name is, it can be anything. So this is example of mine, my metric ID. And keep in mind that this is important for the integration in our Unity later on. So once you have completed the matrix, you'll proceed on to the leaderboard. So leaderboards is basically the main visual that we want to see in our Unity game later on once we integrate with Tenenet. You can just click on the add leaderboard button. Similar to metric, you have to make sure that it is unique, your leaderboard ID, and also keep in mind that leaderboard ID is also important for us to integrate later on, and the leaderboard name, description, and what was the metric that you want to link with, which is the score point. So once you're done, you can just click submit, and this is an example of mine. So once that is done, so once you click view the created data for your endless running game, the important data that you will need is the game token. Now this is important for the coding later on in Unity. So once you have reviewed all this, for example, if you want to see the report, so this is the example of the leaderboard. Let's say you have already integrated it. This is how it will be viewed as. You will see who are the players that key in and what are their score. So once that is done, we can proceed on to our Unity project. And what you need to keep in mind on your Unity project is, first off, you need to download this Tenenet Unity package. I will put the link in the description box below. Okay, so once you have done your game, okay, what you need to keep in mind is that you need to have like 3 screens or 2 screens depending on how you arrange it. So for example, like mine, I have the login screen, which is you can see the login, the username, and when the player entered their name, and also it will be linked directly to the main menu, which is where the game happens. So in the main menu, I would create the play, leaderboard, and quit button, where it will be linked with the main attraction of the game. Before you start anything, you can go to the asset. Once you have downloaded your Tenenet package, you just right click and select import package and select custom package, and find where you have downloaded the Tenenet and click on it and open, and just import all the files. So API prefab is where the prefab happens to link with the Tenenet, and the API system and dashboard rank is the C# scripts that need to be linked in the Unity in order to display the player's rank and the player's information. So before starting anything, you have to make sure you have the main screen, which is where the player enters and you can key in their name. name. So you just create a simple text or canvas, right click, and you can do create UI, or you can create the text mesh pro. You can also create the button. So the next step, at the prefab API folder, you just drag the API and put it in the hierarchy. So this is where this will automatically link all the scripts and necessary codings. So here, as you can see in the API game, you can see that the API system script is also attached. So this can be found in the Tenenet package that you have imported earlier, which is this API system script. So next is that you just have to create a game manager, where this game manager is basically where all your scripts will be inserted. So in the game manager, you can just right click and create empty, and it will create and you can just rename it to game manager. And here is where you put in your login script, where it will link all the main button or the login button, and this is important for you to link the API system script in this login script for it to redirect. So this is the save player name script, where the user will key in their username. In the username tab, it will display and it will save in the Tenenet leaderboard, as well as the Unity leaderboard dashboard. You can review the codings here if you don't know how to do the login script. Okay, next is for the main menu. Once the user has already inserted their name and their username, create 3 buttons, which is play, leaderboard, and quit. So the main thing that we would like to see here is the leaderboard button and function. Here is my leaderboard. I have actually made it not visible, but if it's visible, this is how it looks like. You can see that it has number, the name, and the score. So basically, you just key in all the necessary views. If there are many players who want to play the game, you want to see the position of every player, so you will need a scroll view. In order to create that, you can just do right click, create new UI and just select the scroll view. After inserting the scroll view, you will also insert this viewport, scroll bar, and all the necessary fields that is required in the canvas. Okay, so that is done for the front page of the game. Now, how do we create for it to link with the Tenenet? Is at the game manager, you also insert your menu UI script if you want to link it with the main screen. And the next script is also the timer script. As I mentioned earlier, there were a few things in the tenenet.net website that we have to remember with and copy and paste. This is the timer script, so you just click on it, and what you need to change here is here at the save score, all you need to change is your metric ID. So as mentioned earlier, you can just go to edit and click on metrics, and you can also select on the metric ID here, or you can take it here and just replace it at the metric ID here. The other important thing is the API system. You will need to drag and drop it here in the API folder. So what is needed to change here in order to ensure that this is integrated well with Tenenet, at the string token, remember I have ensured that we have to copy and paste the game token. So how to retrieve that again is click view on your game and just copy the detail here at the game token field. So once you copy and you paste, just paste it at the selected area and also the leaderboard ID. So just go to home and select on edit and the leaderboard, and just click on the leaderboard that you have created and just copy, and you can just paste it here, and the rest is already provided here in the coding. So that will be all for the tutorial. I will now proceed to the game demonstration. Hope you enjoy.